My name is Paul Njihia, and in Technical University of Mombasa, I'm the Registrar in charge of Academic Affairs. That is all matters academic, and I fall under the Division of Academic Research and Extension, which is headed by the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic Research and Extension, and of course headed by the Vice Chancellor, who is in charge of this university. So I am in charge of all academic matters of the student as the registrar, meaning I'm a custodian of the student documents when they come in, when they are in the university, and when they graduate, and even when they get out of the Technical University of Mombasa. So I start with them and I end with them. Now, our students, because of the new normal, we have a student management system which should be in a position to take care of that. But we went ahead and realized that we needed the student to do their registration. We have a total of 5,178 students. Now, we had to find a way of registering them because they have already been placed in TUMo by KUCCPS. And therefore, we had to find a way to mimic what we do in the physical. Because in the physical, we normally verify the documents and we register the student. We would have gone for the self-registration, but there are a few things that would not have been captured. So we created an email through the bodies of the university, whereby we have the Senate, whereby students are supposed to send their documents. And the document they are supposed to send is to mimic what they would have done in the physical. Number one is a signed admission letter, which says they have accepted the position in TUMo. Number two is an acceptance letter to say, I accept to abide by the rules of TUMo, and the result slip and the ID. But fortunately, most of them are below the age of 18, and therefore we are accepting the birth certificate. We know most of them now get the IDs when they come into school. And finally, the payment for school fees, which is normally 100%, is the slip they are supposed to attach. So for us to reach the student, we were in a position to send them, we normally receive address, we send them an SMS, we communicated to them via the bulk SMS system. We reached 4,700 students on the SMS, but there are some we could not reach, but we had to use the COOPs and the National Examination Council. So we reached them and we have been doing registration. So the email they are sending is admissions 2020. Of course, it has a meaning because we are admitting them in 2020. That's admission 2020 at tum.ac.ke. That email is manned by 4 people. We get the documents and we register now the student after verifying the document in the student management system. And it has been very good. And so far, we have registered over 1,500 students as we speak today. We are the ones doing the registration. Why? I said it is mimicking what we do in the physical. The student submit the documents, we verify. Now, once we verify and register the student, now they can themselves now visit the student management system and input their details. Because if they input their details without verifying the bank account, it means there will be a gap. So the reason for using the email is to bridge on that gap, such that every document is verified by us. The moment they send the email with all the attached document, to the moment everything attached is correct, they get an automatic email which tells them your registration is successful, and then it directs them to go to the e-registrar, which is our student management system, where they log in with their student number as a password and the username, and now they can access the student management system, whereby they are in a position now to go ahead and register the units. They go ahead, check the units they are on offer. There is so much interactive way they can interact with the student management system the e-registrar. So that email is giving them where to go, when are the dates, and the information thereof. So they get an email directly. Those who are not sending all the required documents, we also having an email sending back to them, telling them you have not attached A, B, C, or any other document. So it is interactive. We have default messages for all of them. I'm requesting our students interact with our website. Take time to read through, but I will demonstrate how you go about it. When our prospective students have already sent the required documents, they get an email response which is giving them the two e-learning portals that we have. One is the e-registrar. The e-registrar has all the units the student is supposed to do. And if I take one example of the one who have registered, you are in a position to put the number, like this one is BACS. The numbers are given according to the course, and there is a middle number. For example, this one is 148J, and 2020 is the year. So you type the number in caps or capital letter as user ID, and you also type the number in password as your password, and then you select. We have 3 campuses, but all these are domiciled in one main campus. So you select the main campus. So once you select that, then you say sign in. It is going to give you a screen which is showing several features like my admission, and at my admission you can be in a position to change your details. Maybe you have a new phone, you put maybe you want to put other things, you can edit that and be in a position to put the information you want. Some can put even the new mobile numbers you want, the next of kin, you can edit that. Now the other one is my finance, whereby you can confirm whether your fee was paid by going to my statement and be in a position to get your statement. You check your payments and you check your bills. So you can interact with that and be in a position to know your issues. The most important at now is my academics. So when you go to my academics, you're going to get the units to load, and therefore you are in a position to get the units that are available for that semester. So it will indicate my program, which is your program, and then you are in a position to select the year. The year is 2020-2021. You are in August and to December semester. This is the semester, and then you say register. Once you say register, it is going to give you all the details, and the only thing you're supposed to include or to indicate, it will request you to select is a year of study. You select you are in year 1, and then you select the semester, which is semester 1, and then you say next step. When you say next step, it is going to show you all the units present. For example, this student has 7 units. HIV and awareness, fundamentals of computing, conflict and security studies, and you can see they are saying unregistered. The moment the student now clicks on the units, you highlight all of them, and once you highlight all of them, you say next step. And when you say next step, now they will register the units, and you can also print the registration form, and it will also indicate the fee that you have paid, and then you can print or even save it under downloads. With that, you'll have registered for the unit. What does that mean? Having registered the unit, it means now you can interact with the lecturers that are present in that unit on your e-learning portal now, because the same units that are indicated here are also in the e-learning portal. So how do the student log in now to the e-learning portal? Maybe that is the next position we should do and get. In our website, when you go to our website, www.tum.ac.ke, we have e-learning e-registrar. I was on the e-registrar. Now on the e-learning portal, it has a username and a password. So the username is your registration number without the slashes. That is like the number I've used without the slash, it is the number that I'm going to do. For example, the number is BACS/148J/2020. So you use that number without the slashes. And when you use the number without the slashes, it is the same that you're going to use for your password. And therefore, you are in a position to get into the online platform. So what are you going to find in the online platform? What you're going to see in the online platform is all the units that you registered for, and the notes in the session, and the lecturer who is taking you through. It has to be in lowercase, otherwise you'll get trouble into getting into the system. So after the student has logged into the e-registrar and registered the units, now he comes to the e-learning portal, which is going to be used for what we are calling the blended learning. And in this blended learning, it's supposed to help the student to interact with us in this new normal, because we are interacting with them from far. And the portal, the student is going to log in with the credentials of the student number. But this time around, it's not like the way you log in into the e-registrar, but now you don't use the slashes in your registration number. So you log in with your registration number without the backstroke, or what you call the backslash. So once you log in, it is going to give you the window which is looking like this. For example, I'm on a window where somebody is doing organic chemistry. You're going to find the class code of that organic chemistry. You click, it gives you the session, the lecturer, it is indicating the lecturer, and you can be in a position to see the number of online users that are there in that for your lecturer. And more of this is, as you interact with your lecturer, you're going to get the units, the course outline, the sessions. It's arranged in sessions, session 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a session even for the continuous assessment test. So you'll need to take time into the e-learning system. That's why you are encouraged to have a laptop, a tablet, or a good smartphone which can be in a position to handle this. And to add on to that, I think in your personal email, because as you register, we're also creating to you a personal student email. In that email, we'll also communicate to you, we'll send a help guide, or what we can call a simplified procedure, so that if you are stuck, you can still follow the procedure. We'll also send to you the timetable so that you can get it, and it will also be on the website. We'll also send to you any other information the lecturers would want to communicate to you. That will be the official communication point for you. And therefore, this is how the e-portal looks like, with all the information, and the notes are there, interactive as much as they are. The lecturer's details, and then you can interact now with the lecturer with your student email, which has also been created after registration. And I think it is on our website how the default emails look like. So if I explain by word, you might get lost, but I think we have written how the default email looks like, what is your default password, which you can later change for security reason. But at least now everybody registered can get to the e-learning portal. And that's why we are in a position to say at least it's a blended learning. The student can interact with the notes and with the lecturer. And through the KNET network, whereby we are looking forward to preparing a way of getting the bundles with the student, we can now even have the big blue button of students having lectures together with their lecturers online. Thank you.